Ever since I was younger, I've always had a very big interest in video games. So I've always liked to think that I could share a little bit about video games. Going along with it. People, when they tend to think about video games, they tend to think about Nintendo, that being the only video game. If you say what video game is this, they're going to say that's a Nintendo. So I figured that I could share with the audience a little bit about the different video game consoles that are available right now on the market. The first video game console I'd like to talk about is Nintendo's Wii. The main appealing feature for the Nintendo Wii is going to be the motion controller, which they call the Wiimote. The motion controller, the Wiimote, has many motion sensors in the tip of the Wiimote that allow it to send motion-based information to a sensor bar that you either place below or above your TV that's going to receive this information and then transfer it into the video game where you can interact with the video game in various different ways. This motion-based video game allows for a very immersive experience in your video game as you're playing it, not just the typical using a controller pad to go along with the video game. A couple of problems that have plagued Nintendo since they've come out with the Wii. First one being that the Wii is not truly HD. You can connect it to your HD TV via a component hookup, but that's only going to take it to 720p versus a 1080p that you can use with all the other HD video game consoles. Another big problem is that the graphics really haven't changed since the Nintendo GameCube. It's supposed to be a next generation console, but it hasn't really improved much at all. The next console that I'd like to talk about is Microsoft's Xbox 360. The big selling points with the Xbox 360 is that Xbox have a very immersive, expansive online infrastructure. This infrastructure is called Xbox Live. On Xbox Live, they have available demos, game trailers, movie trailers, as well as being able to stream Netflix videos onto your Xbox as well as onto your TV. Another big thing is that it does support HD video output, which is a very big thing. And nowadays, with people buying HD TVs and wanting to be able to make use of these TVs with their video output sources. Very big problems with the Xbox, though, are that big mechanical malfunctions. The biggest of all have been the red rings of death, which have pretty much plagued a very large percentage of the Xboxes since they came out. Red rings are caused by the motherboard overheating and causing malfunction in the system. It won't work properly, and it'll just give you an error signal and say that you're not going to be able to play any games. This has cost Microsoft millions of dollars in repairs that they've been forced to repay customers whenever they get their system fixed. Another big problem with the Xbox is that their online infrastructure is not free. Many people feel that this is not really a problem because their infrastructure is so good that they don't care to pay a yearly fee or a monthly fee to play online. But a lot of people feel that playing a video game online should be free. You shouldn't have to pay for it unless you're paying for additional content or paying for the Netflix service or anything like that. But you should not have to pay just to play video games online. The last console that I'd like to point out is the Sony PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 has quite possibly the most things going for it in terms of the big selling points. The main selling point is going to be the Blu-ray player. It comes right out of the box with a Blu-ray player built into it. This is a very huge selling point in the fact that the PlayStation 3 has a price that's quite comparable to regular Blu-ray players that are out right now. It also does have quite possibly the best high-definition output of any video game console that's on the market right now. The Blu-ray discs also hold a lot more information, so in the past we've had video games that have had 2-3 discs to hold the information on the video game. A Blu-ray can quite possibly just be one disc. It doesn't have to expand to multiple discs. As well as the PlayStation Network is a free online gaming network that you can go online and play games along with your friends for free. You don't have to pay for the service. You only have to pay for additional content that you want to buy, movies that you want to rent. They don't, however, have the Netflix, but you can sort of rent movies off of there through their individual service that they offer. The big problems with Sony is that coming out, they just couldn't compete. They came out their Sci-Axis motion-based, controller, not really that impressive compared to the Wiimote. It only offered offers about 6 points of reference versus about 128. Not a big deal when it comes to motion-based video gaming. Then they tried to compare with the Microsoft 360 in terms of Xbox Live and their PlayStation Network. PlayStation Network being free, nowhere near as successful as the Xbox 360 is in terms of the Xbox Live. Another big problem has been the price. When it originally came out, it was priced, $100 cheaper or $100 more expensive than the Xbox 360, which was the next closest in terms of price. A lot of people didn't feel that it was that worth it. So, in conclusion, I just want to say that the numbers point out that Sony should, on paper, they look to be the best console, but having problems up front, not getting the support from video game companies, not getting support from their hardware, has led them to kind of find themselves in the middle here. Nintendo has kind of found that formula that's going to make them successful, and right now they're kind of experiencing a very rich, profitable intake on their console right now. But future plans from Microsoft and Sony have come out with a motion-based gaming infrastructure that is looking to put them on the top of the map, but right now it's not really pristine, so right now Nintendo is on the top.